shot and killed Niru Antatico on Friday while he was driving in Cagayan de Oro City. Antatico was formerly a legal researcher for the National Irrigation Administration. He had recently complained on social media about alleged corruption in the agency's Region 10 office. The Northern Mindanao Regional Police Office has formed a special task force to investigate Antatico's killing. Cagayan de Oro Congressman Lordan Suan is also calling for a deeper probe into the murder of his fraternity brother.
Actually, right now, we are following a lead. However, we cannot divulge further details po yung mga investigation po natin ngayon kasi it's ongoing. Hindi po talaga pwede na hindi po natin isasalit yung mga posting niya sa social media. Kaya nagsabi ko po, all angles will be considered.
Dapat may impartial and immediate investigation doon sa mga allegations ni Niro kung ba siya or not. And siyempre, yung panawagan ko natin sa PNP, DOJ, and even the NBI na dapat na-investigate immediately yung pagpaslang sa kanya. Dahil na kaibigan po namin siya, brother po namin sa ating law fraternity.
The Philippine House of Representatives gives its final approval of the government's proposed 2026 national budget. Only 12 congressmen voted against the 6.79 trillion peso spending plan. They claim the House budget bill still contains billions in unprogrammed allocations which could be susceptible to corruption. 250 billion pesos have been slashed from the budget of the Public Works Department, whose officials have been linked to a massive corruption scandal.
My stand against the unprogrammed appropriations is a constitutional imperative. Wag lang zero, kundi no, UA, go away.
Basta lang pinauubaya sa Executive Department kahit hindi malinaw kung paano ito gagamitin at kung saan ito mapupunta.
Quick-hit communities in Davao Oriental received cash aid from Philippine President Marcos Jr. The president visited the province hours after a powerful aftershock hit Cebu past midnight Monday. Rafael Bosan reports.
Tremors continue to rock Cebu in the central Philippines following the magnitude 6.9 earthquake last September 30. On Monday morning, a 5.8 magnitude aftershock rattled Bugos City. 14 people reportedly sustained minor injuries. The municipality of Villaba in the neighboring province of Leyte was also rocked by an earthquake with a similar magnitude. Schools like Hinabuyan Central School already battered from previous quakes were further damaged. Because of this, some local governments have ordered a shift to asynchronous learning. Another province reeling from recent earthquakes is Davao Oriental, where President Marcos Jr. inspected quake-hit communities. On Monday, the president committed over 100 million pesos in aid to areas affected by the doublet quake last Friday. He hopes the funds will help ease the suffering of residents.
The reason na binibigay namin itong pondo sa inyo dahil as a former governor, I know that lahat ng bawat lugar may kaibahan sa pangangailangan. Ang thinking namin, ibigay na lang namin sa inyo ng pondo. Alam ninyo, mas alam ninyo kaysa sa amin ang pangangailangan dun sa area ninyo. Kaya yan ang aming gagawin.
Marcos Jr. also plans to shift from the use of tent cities, saying it doesn't do much to shield them from the scorching heat.
We will change the tent cities into the modular shelters that we have found to be mas patibay, mas komportable, para kahit na medyo matagalan. Kasi yung infrastructure, pagka i-rehabilitate at saka rebuild, matagal ng kaunti yan. So, we will have to find a place na maganda naman ang kanilang lagay.
The chief executive also visited Manay District Hospital and Manay National High School, both essential structures completely destroyed by the quakes. Rafael Bosano, ABS-CBN News.
The Philippine Health Department tries to allay concern over the rising cases of influenza-like illnesses across the country. The department spokesperson, Albert Domingo, says it can be attributed to the usual flu season. Domingo notes that the cases were actually lower compared to those recorded in the same period last year. But he supports the Education Department's precautionary measure for a 2-day suspension of face-to-face classes in Metro Manila. The shift to online learning on Monday and Tuesday allows schools to disinfect and sanitize their facilities and to conduct safety inspections of buildings in the aftermath of recent earthquakes.
Ang bilang ng ating individual illnesses ay mas mababa ng